Here we are. Thumbs up.
Fantastic.
Thumbs up.
Which park are we in?
We are at Wynyard. I don't know. I don't know exactly which one this is, but hey.
Is it Albert Park? I think maybe.
Albert Park.
Could be.
There's not too many drunks around because it's only 11:30, but I think we're safe enough here. I've got my 2 questions for Clinton.
Let's do
We've
it.
just had a really good chat, understanding where social is in Australia and where people are at. From your chats with your clients, what's the key difficulty that they find when it comes to putting a strategy together?
Having a strategy, I think, is the first section of it, because social media being relatively new space, you might have strategies for the business, but where do you start when it actually comes to putting something together for social media? Sometimes clients don't even have their profile. So, what do I do with a Facebook, Instagram, Twitter profile? The strategy, I think, most importantly, what we end up talking about is who we're trying to target. So, in a HubSpot, we talk a lot about buyer personas, understanding your audience, doing your research around the audience. So, 2 really simple things we talk about is what's the end game or the goal that I'm wanting to achieve, and who is it that I really want to target out of existing clients, out of potential clients, to give me that ideal target market.
When they're looking at metrics, what percentage of clients do you think actually look at the metrics before they make these decisions?
I don't think that many do, to be honest.
Because that's a huge gap. If you understand why, based on data, you can really take some steps that will improve your leverage really quickly. I think
100% agree. 100% agree. And I think too many businesses aren't moving quick enough with it. If you look at the latest Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram statistics, I mean, where are we at?
Yeah.
I think we've got 15 million active users monthly for Facebook. Snapchat has doubled in growth, we were talking about before, which is happening very quickly. And I think Snapchat's an interesting area to play in based on your audience and whether or not that's something you need to be playing in right now. For me personally, Instagram is very exciting. Lots of engagement happening through Instagram. And that's right up there. I think that's Instagram could be, is it on par with LinkedIn?
It's about 5 million. I think LinkedIn's down to about 3.
Yeah, there you go. So it's higher.
Everything's changing.
It is, absolutely, and that's the game. The game is what's happening right now with the audience. Where is the attention at? How do you get involved with it? Data is very important, and then learning, testing, and figuring out what the metrics are doing when you start to produce your content is very important too.
Question number 2. Sprinkler, what's the biggest challenge ahead in 2017 for Sprinkler for you?
Oh wow, biggest challenge for us. We're literally a startup, so we started back in November. So right now, being a startup business, it's really focusing on the simple things like infrastructure, building out a team that's able to handle the work as the clients start to come through, and cash flow, because cash flow is the biggest thing when you're running a startup.
I wrote a little bit about cash flow a couple of years ago, in that it just hampers everything if you don't get it right. It's the key to running a business, and it's really hard to balance that need to get clients and push really hard and do marketing and advertising and all that good stuff. You've got to balance the books as well as get the work done. It's a toughie.
It is.
And your wife's about to give birth to number 2, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got a 23-month-old daughter, and we're about to give birth, or she's about to give birth to our son at the end of April, which is going to be exciting times. It's going to be busy too. Being a family man, it's juggling a startup business as well as a family.
Yeah, tough.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, indeed. Thanks, Clinton.
I've got a question for you.
Oh,
actually.
yeah. Oh, no, I can't.
Absolutely you can.
Yeah.
So we had a good chat around a lot of different things in terms of Twitter and social media. What I'm really curious about, a lot of clients out there, or a lot of people looking to jump on social media, maybe need to understand what that mindset's like and how you overcome that initial fear. What was it like the very first time you put a video out, and how did you overcome it?
Excellent. So I put out my first video in 2009 when I was in Boston, sat in my flat, having just bought a little flip cam video and watched a few Gary Vaynerchuk's videos on, come on, you must do it, and thinking that this is going to be easy. I was just petrified at the whole embarrassment thing about what are people going to think, am I going to look good, does it look perfect, and the biggest thing for me was just getting it done and just pressing play and getting on with it. And it just, once you actually see that it's not that difficult, you just overcome it and do it again and again and practice, it becomes very natural. I think this whole fear thing that people have got around being perfect, and the whole perfection piece is just, these days it's just something that we don't really need. It's so easy to do this, as you can see here. Obviously we're so good looking that people are just going to watch this anyway.
But at least you are.
Yeah. It's the whole try to achieve that perfect outcome by doing something very simple and keeping it simple. No, it's not. It's not. And everybody can see through it. Keep it simple, keep it quick, keep it easy, and get over that fear of making mistakes, and you'll succeed with this. It's really simple to do, but it takes some trial and effort and a little bit of practice, and you'll kill it.
100% kill it. So remember, document, don't create.
Yeah, like it.
It's a good one.
Like it. Right, got to do some work. See you, everybody.